What the hell's going on, YouTube? It's a beautiful Friday. On the drive home for a nice weekend before we fucking buckle it down at work. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. Shout out to the 3 new subs we got. Fucking racking them up over here. Next, it'll be a month, not a single personal sub, so that'll be interesting, but I appreciate it. Anybody watching the videos. I was worried I wasn't going to have anything to talk about today again, because again, it's another slow news day, but then in one of my meetings at work, my boss just kind of randomly started getting political, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I like that, honestly. It's good shit. I think it's, I don't know. At work, I don't know. People get weird about it, but I don't give a fuck. I like talking about it. It's a little weird because he's my boss, so I'm not trying to like piss him off in any weird way, but I didn't really say much. I just kind of sat back and listened. He sounded like he was having a good time. And again, don't get me wrong, he's a dope guy. He's pretty cool. He's chill. He's older. I'd say he's probably, I don't know, early 40s or something like that. Has a couple kids. But just kind of randomly, we're just talking. Our job, I mean, revolves kind of around a lot of like development and stuff like that. And we were talking about something like that, and then he just jumped into politics out of nowhere, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. Here's at least 10 minutes of this meeting that I'm gonna just sit here and listen for a little bit. But I mean, it's good stuff. You got to know the people you work with, I feel like, and I don't know, try not to hurt people's feelings or anything and say something that would piss them, like I said, make them mad or piss them off. But I just sat there and sat back and listened. He just started off by, he was like, I'm pretty sure you guys know I'm a Democrat, which I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But he just went off on a thing. And my main thought behind this video was basically like, if you're still watching this fucking shit, drop a comment, answer me what I'm saying right here with, I feel like when people talk politics, which I don't mind it, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but people get so emotional when they talk about it, like, and I think it has, my thought is that it ties in with your, like you kind of tie it into your own identity, so then when somebody questions it or basically goes against it or says you're wrong in some way, it actually emotionally affects you. I would encourage you not to let that happen, but it's fine. It happens. It happens to everybody. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. There's nobody that like can completely separate themselves emotionally. I feel like that's just part of being a human. So you're gonna, if you feel strongly about something, it's gonna get you going emotionally if you talk about it. But he was basically just talking himself. Me and the other guy that were in there weren't really saying anything back, but we're just talking. And somehow, obviously, the president gets brought up, and we're talking. And I think me and the other guy were kind of trying to balance him out a little bit because he was talking about, he was basically shit-talking Trump for a little bit. I mean, he was shitting on Biden a little bit, too. And I feel like that's where most of the whole country's at, is like, goddamn, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place here. We have shitty choices all around, so it's like, what are we supposed to do? You got to pick one. They both suck ass, so it feels really nice to have to pick between the two. But the thing I was most curious about the way that he was talking is, if he's a Democrat, which he said he was, and he said he votes that way because he's a Democrat, which is whatever. I don't care. You can vote however you want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean I can't have an opinion and think you're wrong or something like that, but I don't care which way you vote on them. I don't know. I feel like lately we've hit this thing with politics where people, if they disagree with them politically, they think they're evil, and I think that's the dumbest shit of all time. I feel like if your thought process works that way, you're being closed-minded, and you might just be stupid, honestly. Like, if you just always assume the other side, especially in America, two political parties, blah blah blah. If it's just the other side is evil all the time, I mean, you're kind of just being dumb. In my mind, there is no two sides. It's really the politician and like ruling class, rich people versus middle class and down. So the political thing doesn't matter as much to me, but I definitely think people get into this thing where they're like, my side is right, and if you disagree, you're evil. Which I'm not saying my boss did that either. He was like I said, he's a good guy. He's pretty chill. He's not an idiot. He's pretty smart as well. So I mean, I'm sure he's thought through these things. I'm not thinking he's just talking out of his ass or anything. But the only thing that caught my ear while he was talking, like, I don't think he said anything that was necessarily really incorrect, besides the fact that he thought like the major theme behind everything he was saying was like, basically like, Trump's such a bad person that it's almost like scary if he would get elected again. And it's like, I don't know. People on the other side do this same shit where it's like, if Biden gets elected again, this country's gonna end. No, it's not. Fucking chill out. Nothing's gonna happen. It's incremental change. I get there is some politicians that'll push for more, but these two aren't it, bro. So just chill out. Don't let the president get you so fucking scared like something's gonna happen to you. Nothing's gonna fucking happen to you. I mean, shit's gonna change, obviously, one way or the other, but nothing's gonna really happen to you, I don't think. You gotta relax. The only thing I think that would be the scariest thing is if the president gets us into a war, which that's possible. And that could kick shit off. So I'll give you that. You could be worried about that. But, I mean, then again, I would say then he's misguided a little bit because, as I understand it, Trump, there was no new wars. We were already in wars when he took office, and we didn't necessarily get out of them. We promised to get out of them. And then during Biden, we're basically at war with Russia right now via proxy Ukraine and, what's the other one? Why am I fucking blanking on it? Oh, Israel-Palestine. Yeah, so we're basically at war with a little bit, at least Palestine a little bit, in the sense that we're just giving a shitload of money and aid to Israel. So you could argue that either way. But that's what I mean. I think it's like a fight or flight response. I feel like people have when they're like, oh my God, they're gonna do this or that. It's like, no, they're not gonna do anything that crazy. He also brought up, like I said, he has a family and kids, so he's obviously probably worries about them more than himself. But he brought up something where he's just like, I caught it offhand. He didn't talk a bunch about it, but he was just like, and then I got to worry about this president going to take away my wife's rights, and I'm assuming, I mean, he's talking about abortion. If he's not talking about abortion, I don't know what he's talking about. But the president isn't taking away your rights to abortion. I don't know. People put too much of this like not pressure. They put too much weight in the presidency of this country. I feel like they get so fucking tight about who's the president, bro. The president doesn't run this country. I hate to break it to you. Congress has the power over the money, which is the biggest power that there is in the government. And the president, besides, like I said, the war stuff could be interesting. Technically, the Congress is supposed to determine that as well. Or the Congress, the legislative branch, Congress and the Senate, are, what am I trying to say? Congress, the House and the Senate? I don't know. I'm fucking it up. You get what I'm saying. They're supposed to declare war. We haven't been doing that for a while. That's a whole other conversation. But back to the abortion thing. The president isn't coming in and fucking taking your rights away from your girlfriend or your wife or your friends that are women, okay? You might think that, whatever. You're wrong, okay? That's fine. I don't want to get into a whole abortion debate. That's another video. We're not doing that. It's Friday. I'm not getting into that right now. But this thing where we put all this weight in the president, like they have control over your life and shit. They're not going to control your life, okay? Like, I'm doing me regardless of who's the president. I don't give a fuck. They might make it a little harder or a little easier in some way or the other, but look, these people are not out for you. They don't give a fuck about you. Because that was another point he made, was basically like Trump with the tax cuts and stuff like that, and how Biden wants to raise taxes on people that make over $400K. Yes, it will affect you. Will it affect you a lot? Probably not that much. Do I want my taxes to go up? No. So I would argue with you if you said something about increasing taxes in any way. I'm going to disagree. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I made a video about that already. The thing you want to focus on is just doing your thing and getting ahead. It doesn't matter. These politicians and shit don't give a shit about you. They're trying to make money. It's corrupt as all fuck. I ain't got all the answers, but we're not going to change it anytime soon. And you voting for Joe Biden or Donald Trump isn't going to fix it either. So don't get all twisted about it. Don't get your fucking panties in a bunch about it, worrying about voting one way or the other. Look, I don't like to say that it's not going to matter at all, because I don't think it's not going to matter completely, but it's not going to matter that much. Your vote presidentially is not that big of a deal. So just chill out on that, and don't let, I don't know why you would think like that. Maybe, I mean, there's definitely some like reactionary, there's YouTubers, there's news people, there's news anchors, there's TV shows, whatever you want, that are reactionary, where they're like, oh, they're coming. It's the same shit when they do like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good analog on the other side, like the abortion thing, for they're saying Trump's coming after it. It's like, if it's not a federal law, the federal government isn't doing anything. Like, everybody got amped about the Roe v. Wade shit. It's not a federal thing. They basically just said, states, do what you want. Now, if the states took your shit away, that's on the state. Go after your own fucking state. It's not the president's fault. Directly. It's obviously a little more complicated than that. But the president isn't coming to your fucking house and doing shit to you. It's not what it is. So don't worry about the president so much. Worry about the motherfuckers in the back room that you don't know any of their names that actually make all the laws, and the lobbyists for these companies that fucking make everything turn in the background and basically do everything they can to fucking put more money in their pockets and fuck you over. If I would say focus on anything, you got a nice weekend to mull it over. Think about that. Don't worry about the president so much. We got a fucking... I don't want to bring South Park up 2 episodes back to back, but I mean, we got the... What they do when it was Clinton and Trump. Turd sandwich and douchebag or whatever the fuck. I mean, we got Trump, asshole, loudmouth Trump, who's not a good guy, versus dumb fuck, feeble-minded old Joe Biden, who also isn't a good guy, and they're both corrupt and they're both whatever. One's a billionaire, and I'm not saying just because you're a billionaire you're inherently corrupt. Chill. But one's a billionaire who's obviously not a cool dude. I mean, he's a cool dude in the sense of whatever, pop culture, fine, that's what you want to say, that's fine. He's not a good person, I don't think there's anything behind it that you can just be like, objectively, he's a good person. Isn't a saint or anything. And then you got Joe Biden, who's just chilling, been in government his whole life. If you ask me, I think he's obviously doing some real corrupt shit with money in the government, moving stuff. Holler at Ukraine and Burisma or whatever, and whatever the fuck his whole family's doing, they're insane as well. You got it on both sides, man. None of them are good people. So don't put your faith in these people. It's not worth your time. Just do you. And like I said, get ahead as far as you can get ahead and fucking vote however you want. I don't give a fuck. I'll have my opinions. You got your opinions too. Do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I might try to sway you. I didn't try to sway my boss because I was like, oh yeah, I don't know. This is not the meeting for this. Maybe if it was just me and him, I would have said something, but I don't know. A little bit of an uncomfortable situation, I guess, probably, if it's like gets into like a weird argument at work, but maybe in a different setting I'd go into it if he was my good friend. I don't know if we're cool like that yet, but I think we're getting there. Like I said, he's a good dude. But like I said, over your weekend, just think about that. Every time you see this political shit where they go, Donald Trump did this and Joe Biden did it, fuck them both, okay? They both suck. Everybody knows it. That's the real bummer in the whole situation, is everybody is unhappy with who they have to pick from. Every once in a while, I'll see a tweet from fucking some, I don't know what I did, but my fucking Twitter feed's all fucked up with like liberal and Democrat shit where they just like post I love Joe Biden tweets. I don't know. Maybe because I favorited it ironically once or twice that I was like, oh my god, that's insane to say that. So maybe it's feeding me more. So I fucked that one up. There's a couple weirdos on Twitter that are like, I love these people. And you know the fucking people on the right that do the same thing where they think Donald Trump's fucking Jesus or whatever. I don't know. It's on both sides and you know it. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Do your own thing. Get ahead. Go vote if you want. But there's other ways to make your life better than worrying about politics. I like talking about it, and I'm going to keep talking about it on the channel. So if you want to hang out and try to learn something about it so you can at least understand what's going on, which I think is valuable, just don't get so emotionally attached to it. And enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you guys Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, I guess. But on the drive home Monday afternoon, I'll catch y'all. Like I said, enjoy the weekend. We're about to get hit with fucking 90 degrees here in Ohio, so I'm gonna be sweating my ass off, I'm sure. So I'll catch you guys then.